The ESV Platinum might be one of General Motors' most luxurious vehicles they had ever made, but mine, not so much. Mine has a ton of problems and it's not quite roadworthy yet. But if I want to drive it again, there's a lot of things we're going to have to fix. So today, let's see if we can figure out what's wrong with this Platinum and try to get it fixed. So for 360,000 miles on this thing, overall, mechanically, it's in pretty good shape, besides one major problem. It has a major brake fluid leak, and at least one locked up caliper. The fact that this Escalade has 360,000 miles and is already in extremely rough shape, I don't want to put a ton of money into it, but I do have a solution. I have a really low miles parts truck, or the remains of a parts truck at least, that I parted out, and it has good brake rotors and calipers, and my thoughts are I'm going to take those off of that truck and we'll put them on the Cadillac. The only difference between these two is going to be one major thing. It's the fact that the Cadillac is an 06 and the truck is an 04, which means it has the smaller brakes and rotors, which for most people you would consider that a downgrade, but for me it's an upgrade because that will let me run 16-inch wheels now. And if I can put 16s on something, you know I'm going to do it. So when I got this Cadillac, I actually was able to test drive it a little bit. I filled it up with brake fluid and we took it down the road. So I do know that the motor runs good, transmission shifts good, but we just had to be very careful because we had about 2 minutes to drive it before it ran out of brake fluid again. So since I obviously know I'm going to be doing the brake rotors and the brake calipers, we'll go down and get those off first, get them up here, then we'll take apart the Escalade and kind of see what we're working with, see what else we're going to need. So before I can even start taking anything apart, first thing I have to do, I gotta get some of these weeds out of the way. They've been growing all summer long and it's gonna be impossible to do anything with all that crap in the way. Now that we got a somewhat decent area to work in, we'll get the truck frame jacked up and then we can get the wheel and tire off, or at least what's left of it. And now we can start actually getting the stuff off, which obviously on this side, it came off super easy. I'll show you here in just a minute, but these brakes and rotors were not replaced very long before this truck was wrecked. They look absolutely brand new. The other side, it came off pretty easy, but it was a little bit more aggravating. But now that we got everything off, we can go put them on the truck now. Okay, so the wheel's off and this is what I can see now. First of all, you can see our brake line was nice and wedged between our upper control arm. I can definitely tell at some point this has been leaking at the caliper, so good thing we're replacing that. Even though these were new, I'm not going to say super long ago, they are in like awful shape and falling apart, so probably good thing we're changing those too. But overall, everything doesn't look bad. It's definitely pretty rusty, but I'm gonna hit that with some PB blasters so I can easily get that apart, and we'll change all this stuff out and we hopefully should fix the problems on this side that I see. This was the easy side. I'm gonna get everything off on the other side. Let's see how bad it is though. Yeah, so everything went really good up until this point, and when I was trying to get the rotor off, it would not budge. I did everything I could possibly do to get this thing off, and it would not work. So I figured the best thing I could do is I brought out the plasma cutter, and all I was trying to do, one, was get it hot, hopefully loosen up whatever rust was in there, but that still didn't work. So then I started making passes around it, trying to get some cuts into it, so hopefully I could try and free it up. I didn't want to cut all the way with the plasma cutter because I was afraid I might damage the hub, but even that still wasn't really going to do the trick because it was still locked up. I'm not even kidding. I spent probably 3 hours trying to get this stupid freaking thing off. I literally ended up having to take plasma cutter, and I cut all the way around it. I didn't want to cut too much because I was worried, if I'll get that focus, I was worried it might mess this up, and obviously my hub's good, so I wanted to leave that. So I put a good cut all the way around here, and then I took the air hammer and I just started getting into it, and I just split it apart until it broke. And once this chunk broke off, it literally just popped right off. It had just completely welded itself to this hub. It was just so rusted. So all my plans yesterday were cut short because of the whole rotor incident, and that took way too long. So I'm going back at it today. I got it all took apart. We're ready to examine it and see what all our other problems are on this side. So now, obviously, right there is where I had sprayed it with WD-40 so I could get that line off. But now you can see both of the bushings and the upper control arms are just pretty much shot. I mean, there's not much left, but they still work good enough for now. And I just want to get it back on the road where it's drivable. It will probably be something I might replace eventually, but for the time being, I'm not super worried about that. Now, you can see right here, there's a lot of fluid and stuff, and it all smells like brake fluid. So that's very clear. We have a big leak somewhere in this area. Now, I did notice today, right here, that is brake fluid, and I found my main leak. We got right here. It's leaking pretty bad. There's a giant rust hole there. So that line is definitely going to have to be fixed. So now that we've addressed the problem, I'm going to get the inner fender pulled off, and we'll look a little bit closer at the line, see how bad it is. I don't know if it could just be repaired in that one area or if this whole line's going to need replaced, but we're not going to really be able to tell until we get the inner fender out. So let's get that done. So I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is everything looks pretty good up here until about right in here, and it runs to about right there. It's pretty shot. The line that's leaking is the line that runs from your ABS module over to your passenger side brake caliper. So if we want to replace the whole thing, we'll have to go from ABS module all the way around and to the brake caliper. we could do that, or we can try and patch it in and replace from right up there to right here, because everything else looks fine. Now, the second thing, the back brakes, those lines have been done, but they look bad. You can see right here that it's just like, should not be repaired like this. They do work, it holds up, everything looks okay, so I'm just gonna leave it, but that's definitely not how you should repair your brake lines. So obviously at this point, if you've watched enough of my videos, you know my favorite thing to do is fix stuff without spending any more money than I have to. Now, patching that would probably be the cheapest, but I don't have the little fittings that I would need, and I would have to go buy those. But probably a better solution, on my frame, I have the line that I would need. Now, there is a spot right here. You can kind of see it has a little bend in it. It's a little damaged, but it's not crushed completely. It would work. And there is a little damage down here. You can see that's bent, and that would need straightened back there, but I don't see anything kinked to the point where it won't work. I can straighten that up and we should be good. Definitely gonna probably be a little more work, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. So I'm gonna pull this off and we'll swap it over. Hello, this is me in the future. I'm finishing editing this video right now, and I noticed that I really never addressed anything about the Escalade falling off of the jack stands, and I think that is a pretty important thing that I need to address. So first I want to say that had nothing to do with the jack stands themselves failing. This was 100% on me. I was a little worried about putting jack stands on the asphalt because I've had problems in the past where they want to sink into the asphalt. One, something could happen. Two, it ruins my driveway. And I've already ruined my driveway enough. I don't want to do that anymore. So I put them on 2x4s. And obviously that wasn't probably the best idea, but I've done it in the past and I had never had any problems before. So I didn't figure I would this time, but I guess it was a combination of them being on the 2x4s, and I guess it wasn't at a great angle, but had nothing to do with the jack stands. It was just 100% me, and I'm genuinely really lucky that I was just happened to get out from under there right before it fell. I was only crawling out of there because I needed a different size wrench, and so yeah. Not very good, but I'm extremely lucky, and I'm just glad I'm able to finish this video, and, you know, could have been a whole lot worse. Nice. Okay. Anyways, we'll get back to it. Moment of truth. Did we fix it or did we not? Well, so far so good. It's stopping, which is way better than what we've had. Let's see. Brakes definitely need bled a little bit more, but it stops, so that's way better than what we had. We'll try it again right here. I mean, it definitely stops. I'm not gonna say it like stops on a dime, but it is stopping. Okay, so the test drive went really good. I was really happy with it. Everything seems to be working fine. So now I'm gonna do probably the most requested thing I've been asked about since I got this vehicle. I'm gonna wash it. And if you stick around, I got one more little surprise. And I guess that will wrap it up then. The Platinum is fixed, it's good to go, and I'm super pumped. And the 6-lug PYO wheels look absolutely killer on this thing. I appreciate everyone that watches these videos. It really does mean a lot to me, and I just love doing this stuff, and it's always just so cool getting to find these odd vehicles, and luckily enough, I was able to get this one fixed so I can enjoy it for a little while. So if you liked the video, drop a like. If you didn't, then don't. But if you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button, because I got big ideas and big plans of a bunch of different stuff that I'm going to be doing in the future. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.